Coming to the multimeter, this is a measuring instrument. So this is one type of measuring instrument, and this is of a particular manufacturer. So in this, you can see that this is used to measure many quantities like voltage. It can be AC or DC. This is AC, this is DC. Resistance, ohm. Then you have current measurement. You can test a diode. You can test a transistor. You can test the continuity. Okay, so these are the different types of measurements which you can do using a multimeter. So this is just one make of multimeter. All the multimeter does not look the same outwards, but then it's almost the same when it comes to measurements. So in this multimeter you have three holes which you can connect using a probe. So here you have diode, MA, V, ohm. So that means that if you want to measure milliampere current, voltage or resistance, then you have to connect one of the probes, that is the red probe here. This is a probe, multimeter probe. So you're connecting the red probe here. Then you have the COM. COM is common. Common means that is with reference to this. So it's something like ground. So COM you have to connect, that is with respect to this or with respect to the ground. So black will go here. So if you are measuring current and if it's in the range of tens of ampere, then you have to connect the red here, and otherwise you will be connecting it here. So that will be different for different types of multimeters. Okay, so you have to just read the specification and then connect the probe. So in this particular multimeter, it is diode, milliampere current. Milliampere means 10 raised to minus 3. So in that range, low currents, voltage or resistance, then you have to connect it here. If it's in the order of 10 ampere range, then you have to connect this particular probe here, and you have to connect the black probe in the COM, the common. So that is fixed. This is always here only this will change, but normally in labs and all you'll be using it in this position itself. Okay, so that's how you connect a probe, and after that you can use this to measure or test different components. So suppose you want to test say resistance. So in order to test the resistance value, so I've taken a resistor here. So this resistance value, in order to check this, here you have resistance in this portion. So if you see it here, you can see that from this point it is 2 mega to here 200 ohm. So 200 ohm to 2 mega. So these are course adjustments. So if your resistance is in the order of say 200 ohm, that range, that is say 1 ohm to 200 ohm, then you can place this here. If it's in the order of more than 200 ohm up to 2k, then you can place it here. If it's more than 2K but less than 20K, then you can keep the switch here. Or if it's above 20K and up to 200K, you can keep it here. And if it's even higher, then you can keep it here. So this much is for resistance. So what you'll do is, if you're testing something with a polarity, then you have to use the red one for the positive polarity and a black one for the negative polarity. But since the resistance does not have any polarity, you can use it anyways. So this is how you connect it. Since this does not have a polarity, you can connect it either way, any of the lead to the red and the other lead to the black. No polarity, you can keep it either way. And what is seen here in the display is the value. So see, if you see here, it is showing 1, that means it's not on the range. So I'm increasing it and it's coming to 71.6 or 71.7, that much kilo ohm. So this is 200K, this is in the adjustment 200K. So it's showing 71 point something, that much kilo ohm. So it is 71.6 kilo ohm. Yes. So likewise you can take another resistance. So again it's showing 1, so it's not on the range. So it is 0.55 mega ohm. 0.55 mega ohm. Suppose I am keeping a small one here. It's showing 0 because this has a lower value and I've put it in mega ohm range, so it's not able to show the exact value. So I'm reducing it and checking. So it is 0.44K. So if I further reduce it, so it's showing 1, so it's above this range. So it is 0.46K. 0.46K means 460 ohm. So if I want to measure 400 ohm and I'm putting it in 200 ohm, it can show only up to 200 ohm. So I have to, so what will be displayed will be 1. And 400 ohm I want to measure and I've put it in mega ohm, then it can't show, it will be showing 0. So I have to reduce and come. So if it's showing 1, then you have to increase the range. If it's showing 0, then you have to reduce the range. Okay, so that is for resistance.